Hello, it's Keith here. It's plugged on, and I'm here with a track review because Alestorm has put out a new song. It just came out, I believe it came out today, and the song's called Alestorm, which is a little surprising because this is from their new album, which is their fifth album called No Grave But the Sea, and it just seems a little weird that it would take this long for them to put out a song called Alestorm if they were going to do it. But then again, Metallica waited till their fifth album to call the album Metallica. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about the track. So, right off the bat, you're not going to be surprised by this song. This song, in all honesty, follows a very familiar Alestorm format where it kind of starts off with like the keyboard intro, the guitars kick in, then verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, middle section, pre-chorus. You know, they play the chorus, but then it's just the keyboards of the chorus playing, and then they do the chorus again. And it's literally like it follows the same pattern that a lot of Alestorm songs follow, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, Alestorm has kind of really gotten their sound down to like a microscience, and they've really figured it out. And they've done it, and it's fine. So this song, first thing that I noticed about the song is that they use screamed vocals a lot more in this song. About half of each verse and the pre-choruses have screamed vocals in them, which is a step up from their last album. They started incorporating that into their sound on Sunset of the Golden Age and songs like the Battle of Cartagena and Magnetic North is another song that they use it in. So but they're using it a bit more. I like the accordion intro. It has that bouncy Alestorm feel where you can just kind of see, like, again, having seen them live, you can imagine the crowd bouncing up and down, and it's catchy. That's one thing that Alestorm definitely has above a lot of bands, is that it's really catchy. This song literally just came out today. I've listened to it about 4 or 5 times, and it got stuck in my head that quickly. It's like, oh my god. But they do that really, really well. My only issues... Well, let's talk about the rest of it. So I think everything else sounds fine. I like the way the guitars sound. I think they sound good. Maybe a little less. They're less heavy than they were, I think, on the last album, but maybe that's a good thing. Like, they seem a little crisper, but at the same time, that was one of my favorite things about their last album, was that their last album was a bit more guitar-heavy than I feel like their first 4 albums, than I feel like their first 3 albums were. That the Sunset of the Golden Age was like the guitar was like just a little bit more in there, and it kind of feels like they pulled it back a little bit, which, I mean, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's that. Everything else still sounds good. Oops, that's not what I want. So, Christopher Bowes, who is the vocals and the main keyboard player, he still sounds the same. I mean, he still sounds good. I mean, for what they do. I mean, like I said, he's not going to win any Singer of the Year awards, but I mean, he still has the gruffness, and it still has the very parody, janty kind of thing going to it. My only complaint is that I feel like the vocals in the chorus could be bigger, especially listening to a lot of the choruses on Sunset of the Golden Age. A lot of those choruses are just these really big things. I think of, again, 1741, Battle of Cartagena, or the title track, Sunset on the Golden Age, or Drink, or Hangover. There's a lot of the songs just have these big choruses where it seems like they recorded them and they got just 20 people in the room and sang it, whereas this one, it just sounds like it's him layered over on top of one another, which I think it's not a bad thing. I just feel like it kind of hurts it a little bit, I guess, is what I'm kind of trying to go for. But everything else sounds fine. Like I said, the guitars sound fine. I really like the guitars in the middle section, because it's not that anything changes. In the middle section after the second chorus, they kind of play through the main melody again, but then it changes to more of a chuggy riff underneath the melody, again, still played by the keyboard, and I really like that, because it gets taking this one idea that they have, and then mixing it up and changing it and making it sound good. My only complaints are that I hope that this is like a middle song on the album. Like, I hope that this is like, here's a song, and this is like the middle of the pack in terms of the album, because the song's okay. Like, I like it. I do like this song, but it's not gonna win like any favorite Alestorm song in my book. It's weird because I feel like this song should be a lot more, because it is called Alestorm, so it's named after the band. I feel like this song should be a much bigger deal, but it's not, at least to me. I think that's personal opinion. So I hope, like I said, I hope this is in the middle of the pack, because again, like, their last album was so good. Like, all the songs were so cool and intricate, and it's just like, this is a little bit more, reminds me a bit of like some of the older songs, which is fine. Like I said, all of those kinds of songs are fine. It's just that, like, the songwriting is so top notch on their last album that I hope that, again, this is like a middle of the pack, and like the rest of the album is like the last album. So, because I mean, they have the one song that they played live a bunch on their most recent tour in America. I think it's called Mexico. It's called Mexico, and then they have this song. So, and I'm pretty sure they filmed music videos for Mexico, and maybe even this song. So I mean, the album comes out in like, well, right around a month, I think. It comes out. We're here directly. I just hope that like, again, it kind of is as good as their last album, if not better. I mean, I would love for this band to keep getting better, because Alestorm's like a band that is just fun. Like, they're probably one of the most fun bands that I've ever listened to. So I only have hopes and high expectations for this album. So check out the song Alestorm by Alestorm. Their new album, No Graves But the Sea, comes out on May 26th. So it is right a little over a month from now. So we'll definitely be doing a review of that when it comes out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think, whether or not you like the song, whether or not you're looking forward to their album, all kinds of other stuff. We appreciate you watching and all that stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.